Hi, this is Ram Babu. Today's video I want to tell about the variables in JavaScript and the functions in JavaScript and the arrays in JavaScript and loops and objects in JavaScript. So first of all we discuss about the variables in JavaScript. Variables are used to store and manage data. You can define variable using different keywords, each of which has a specific implications for scope and mutability. Here is a breakdown of how you can define variables in JavaScript. For defining an variables, we use var. For var, scope of var is a function scope. A variable defined with a var is available throughout the function in which it is declared or globally if declared outside any function. Hoisting. Variables declared with var are hoisted to the top of their scope and initialized with undefined. And another method is using let. The scope block scope. A variable defined with let is only available within the block and closed in the flower brackets where it is defined. Hoisting. Variables declared with let are hoisted but not initialized. Accessing them before the declaration results in a reference error. Another way to declare variables is const. Scope, block scope. Like let, a variable defined with constant is only available within the block where it is declared. Hoisting. Variables declared with constants are hosted but not initialized. Similarly, to let accessing them from before the declaration results in a reference error. Example for declaring a variable using var. Var variable name equals to some value. For example, var name equal to Ellis. If you print the name, it gives Ellis. Using let. Let is also similar. Let age equals to 30. If you print it, it gives us a result as 30. Using constant birth year equal to 1994. If you print it, then it gives us birth year as 1994. Another topic in JavaScript is arrays. Arrays. Definition for arrays is arrays are the ordered collection of values. Syntax. Arrays can be declared as let array equal to element 1 comma element 2 comma element 3. Creating an array. For creating an array of name fruits, we can follow below syntax. Let fruits equals to apple, banana, cherry. Or another way is to create array is let numbers equals to new array 10 comma 20 comma 30. Adding an elements into an array. For adding, we use two methods, push and shift. The push method is used to add an element at the end of the list, where unshift method is used to add an element at the start of the array. And for removing an elements, we have two methods. They are pop and shift. Pop method is used to remove an element from the end of the array, where shift method is used to remove an element from the start of the array. Another topic is functions in JavaScript. Definition of a function. Functions are reusable block of code designed to perform a particular task. Syntax for declaring a function. Function name and parameters. Opening and closing brackets. Example, if you suppose to create a greet function having one parameter name. For this function, greet name, opening, return type, return hello and name. If you print the function, it gives name as Alice. Function expression. Functions can also be assigned to variables. Constant add equals to function a comma b, return a plus b. Here we returning the a plus b and we adding it to the add variable. If you Another topics in JS is objects in JavaScript. Definition. Objects are the collection of key value pairs used to store related data and functions. Similarly, dictionaries in Python. Syntax. Let person equals to name Alice, age 30, greet function, return hello my name is the name what you given. Accessing properties for objects. Dot notations. We access the objects in an we access the properties in an object by using dot notation and bracket notation. For accessing objects with dot notation can be done as some object name dot property. Bracket notation same as object name bracket property. Adding and updating properties. Person dot for adding an property into an object, then we can declare it as when it is I've written it as object dot key equals to value, like that. Deleting property can be done using delete keyword. Delete object dot email, which deletes the given key pair. Example: let car equals to make Toyota model Corolla year 2020 start 2020 start function return engine started. If you print the object, give it. If you print car dot start, then it prints engine started. Loops in JavaScript. For loop, there are two types of loops in JavaScript. One is for loop, another one is while loop, and another one is do while loop. There are three types of loops. Sorry. The syntax for loop is for initialization, condition, increment, and we can return the code in the body of the for loop. Example: for let I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus console.log I. This for loop runs until when I value is less than 5. If the I value is equals to 5, then it breaks. And another loop is while loop. Syntax: while, condition, and statements. Example: let j equals to 0 while j less than 5 console.log I j plus. Here is the increment condition j plus plus. Do while loop. Syntax: in this do while loop, we can write the statements or some code in the do block, and we give condition in the while. Let us example: let k equals to 0, do console.log k plus plus while k less than 5. This is similar to while block, but the condition is written in while. The statements or code is written first and the condition written next to the statements. While block, condition written first and the statements are executed next. Thank you, and that's all for this video.
JavaScript modules allow you to break up your code into separate files. This makes it easier to maintain a code base. There are two modules are imported from external files with the import statement. Export modules with functions or variables can be stored in any external file. Exports are two types: one named export and default export. For example, for named export, we create a file called person.js. In named export, there are also two types: line individually. This is an example for line individual, and all at once in the bottom. This is example for that model. Default exports. Let us create another file message.js and use it for demonstrating default export. This is an example for default export in which we export this. Import. You can import modules into a file in two ways based on if they are named exports or default exports. Import named export from the file person.js like this. Import name age from the file name. Importing a default export. Import message from a file. Thank you.